Hey there, and welcome to Crochet Therapy. I'm Barbara, your host for this episode of Morning Coffee and Crochet. And 1 second. It's so much better when I have the microphone in. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. I lost the main part. Oh, I found it. Okay, a restart in just a few seconds. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My goodness. Well, that was a little trip. I hope that you're doing well this morning. Let's start over. Are we ready? Hey there, and welcome to Crochet Therapy. I'm Barbara, your host for this episode of Morning Coffee and Crochet, and this is our TGIF, and I've got a game today. So listen, if you just tuned in, you don't want to miss it. This is going to be a fun game. It's called Name That Movie. We're going to do it throughout the day. Throughout this episode, I've got 12 movie quotes, and let's see how good you are at naming movies by the famous quotes. So that's in just a minute. How are you today? As you can see, I was like running around like a little mouse trying to find my pieces. So now let's have some fun together, shall we? How is everybody today? I'm doing great. And as you can see, I'm still at the cabin. And it's a lot of fun being here. I'm so glad to be here. And but in the next, thank you, Nikki. In the next day or so, we'll be heading back to Florida and for some appointments, and then loading up some more stuff and bringing it back to Tennessee. So I'm excited about that. Let's see who's here. I want to say hello to you. Let's see. Okay, live chat. Here we go. I'm going to back it up a little bit. Let's see how far back it'll let me go. Good morning, Valerie. It's good to see you. Good to see you this morning. I'm so glad you're here. And Naomi, I'm so glad you're here. It's so good to see you. Let's see who else is here. We have Carrie. Carrie, the Yarny Elephant. Good morning. I'm so glad that you're here. I hope you're having a great morning so far. This is Friday. Woo! Friday. So glad. And Crafting Adventures with Amy. Amy, it is good to see you. Good morning to you. Good morning, Patty Barker. It's good to see you. Happy Friday to everybody. And let's see. Did I say good morning to you, Valerie? You know what? My mind is going a little crazy. I think I did. Well, good morning again. And Nikki. Nikki. Oh, Nikki, you're so fun. You're so fun. You blow my mind. Hey, Nikki. I love that song. And I sang it to Nikki before, so if you think that maybe she doesn't like it, she told me she does. So there we go. That was a while ago you told me that. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Sheila, good morning. It's good to see you. Robin, good morning. It's good to see you. I'm so glad to see everybody this morning. Catherine, Jessica, Y'all just slipped on in here. It's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. Valerie, we missed you too. We're so glad that you're here. And yep, Nikki says, I love that song. Yep, that's a song. So as you can see, I'm still at the cabin. And whew, I got to stop hyperventilating. Let me slow down. What's in your cup? I have coffee. And can you hear the chimes from the clock on the wall? It's so nice. Naomi says, every time I see Nikki's name, that song comes in my mind. That is right. It does me too. It does me too. So we've got some Christmas songs on the chime clock on the wall. It's just so beautiful and lovely, and it just is so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. This is the cabin, and this is my sister-in-law's sign. It says cabin rules: relax, unwind, renew. I like those rules. I can live by those rules. How about you? And back here is the deck, the porch, and then right after that, it's like boom, straight down to the road. So yeah, so we're up a little ways right at the moment. So so here you are in the mountains with us. So I hope you're having a good morning. Ooh, Naomi says I've got lemon water now, and Valerie says French roast coffee. Woo woo, both of you, good stuff. I like lemon water. You know what I like too is lime water. I like, cut up a fresh lime and kind of squeeze it in a big thing of water, ice. It's really good. It's really good. Funny story. One time, I took my, I don't know why she took a drink of it, but anyway, I think my mother-in-law had like a water bottle like I had. It was a Tupperware one. And, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And I had lime water in it. It was just, it was pretty strong too, because I liked it at that time. I was really into the lime water and ice and everything. And my mother-in-law took a sip, and she was like, her eyes, like her head jerked back and her eyes got real wide because she was not expecting that strong, unsweetened lime flavor. And it was kind of funny. She laughed, and so did I. It was funny. She's like, oh my gosh, this isn't mine. Who says this? I'm so sorry, So anyway, that I always think about that when I think of lime water. Isn't it funny how sometimes you get these thoughts in your head, these memories that come up when you see or think of things? Well, I hope you have a good memory today, because we're going to play a trivia game in just a second. So what's in your cup? I've got coffee. I know we've got some water out there, lemon water and some coffee. Oh my goodness. It's so hot. I just poured it. I had to wait for it to brew. I just poured it. It's so good. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Let's see. So let's play our game. So what we're going to do is play a name that movie game, okay? And y'all are going to just score yourselves, but go ahead and put your guesses, type in your guesses on the screen, so that in the live chat, so that we can all kind of share and everything. See if you can be first answering these. They're all fun. I picked ones that I remembered. There were a lot of them. The list that I chose these from was a list of 100 famous movie quotes. So it's from all time frames going, back. I think it was in the 30s was the oldest ones. And I think the 90s. No, maybe the early 2000s. I don't know. But anyway, the ones that I chose, I didn't do any recent ones because it takes time for quotes to become famous movie quotes. So anyway, the first one, are you ready? I love this quote. I love this quote. Just because I like to say it the way that this person said it. You can't handle the truth. And so what movie is that from? You Can't Handle the Truth. And also I have the year that the movie came out. So if you want to get extra brownie points for yourself, go ahead and give me like a guess of the year that it came out. Not necessary. But anyway, the first one is You Can't Handle the Truth. What movie is that from? So I have a funny story. Not really a funny story, but it was a weird story. Hubby and I were here at the cabin one night this past week, and it was late. It was about 10 o'clock, and so we were, sitting in the recliners and had the TV on. We were watching TV, and all of a sudden there was a bang, 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 bang on the front door, right? And we looked at each other. We're like, oh, great. Who is banging on the front door? I was like, honey, somebody's here. He's like, I know. I'm like, what do we do? Because in this day and age, do we even answer the door? When somebody knocks on the door, of course we do. But do you open it? No, not until you know. Oh, Valerie, that's okay. That's all right. So I'm going to give you the answer right after this story. And so anyway, we were totally not expecting it. It's pitch black outside. And who is coming to the front door? So anyway, I look at him and I'm like, don't open the door, whatever you do. And he's like, okay. So, and I'm like, oh my gosh, who could it be? And so he goes to the door and he says, who is it? And the guy says, whatever. And he's like, what do you want? And apparently the guy at the front door, he was a young guy. I would say late 20s. Okay. He was a young guy, and apparently he and whoever he was with, they were driving up the mountain and trying to find the cabin that they had rented. It was late at night. They tried to find the cabin that they rented and somehow drove over the side of the mountain. And they were teetering on the side of the mountain. And his friend was in the driver's seat with the foot on the brake, trying to keep the car from going over the mountain. And his phone didn't work in the mountain. My phone doesn't work in the mountain unless I'm hooked up to Wi-Fi. And well, sometimes it does. Every now and then, you get a little pocket where you can get a signal, but most of the time, no. And so his phone wasn't working, and he was breathing really heavy because he said he was 2 cabins down where they had gone over the side. And so he had run up trying to find, somebody that could help. So I'm trying to utilize the Wi-Fi and do a Wi-Fi call and call 911. And I couldn't get it to go through. It just sat there, and I could just see 911, and I could just see it just sitting there. And I'm like, what is going on? I tried it 4 different times, and I'm like, okay, 911 is not working. Let me see if I can call just a regular straight number. So I got the sheriff's number. I could Google, right? So I got the sheriff's number. I call, and they had a little, this is the menu kind of a thing. And it said for dispatch, press whatever number. So I pressed a number for dispatch, and I got somebody. So I explained to her, what was happening. And, and when somebody knocked on the door so loud and everything, I think the person thought maybe people were asleep. So he like knocked really, or he thought, we were asleep. So he knocked really loud. I'm not sure why he knocked so loud. Or maybe he was just like, his adrenaline was going because trying to keep the car from going over the side. And so anyway, I'm explaining. So like we were all excited and like, oh my gosh, and plus we were like, who's knocking at the door? And it was like, blah. And so I'm talking to the lady. I forgot everything about the cabin except for the number. The number. I couldn't remember the street name. I couldn't remember the subdivision. I couldn't remember anything. And I'm like, you turn right off the spur and you just go up the mountain and there's lots of roads off the spur. The spur is the part of the highway that goes between Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. That's what the spur is. And so she's like, okay. And I kept giving her the number of the street, the number of the cabin. And I'm like, what is the name of the street? What is the name of the street? And I'm like, well, let me give you the subdivision name. And I'm looking up and I said, to my husband, I'm like, what's the name of the street? And he's like, I don't know. I can't think of it. I know. And so like everything went out of both of our heads, right? And he's staring at me. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, And so I told my husband, I'm like, stop looking at me because I can't think while you're staring at me. Well, the dispatch lady started laughing. She's like, oh, honey, I know exactly what you're talking about because she was trying to help us. And I was trying to remember, and I thought I had it written down in my phone. I couldn't find it, of course. Well, finally, I'm like, okay, you're on the spur and you turn on Blup Blup Road. And she's like, oh, okay. And she's like, she told me the name of the subdivision. I'm like, yes, that's the subdivision. And I'm like, what's the street name? What's the street name? She's like, is it blah, blah, blah? And she said the name. And I'm like, yes, that's the name of the road. And she's laughing. I mean, this is an emergency, but she's laughing because we're like bumbling idiots over here. Can't even remember anything, right? And because I was like, ah. And so the poor guy was standing outside because we did not let him in, and outside, and he's waiting, right? And so I'm like, oh, what do we, this is what happened, and this is why I'm calling you because I couldn't get the 911 call to go through. We're up in the mountains. I couldn't get signal. All I could do was call you. Can I give you the information? She's like, of course. So she helped. She said, oh, I used to work up there. I don't know what she used to do up here, and but she's like, I'm real familiar with that neighborhood. And I'm like, oh, okay, good. And so she is the one who told us where we were. And so she's like, okay, well, what kind of car and what kind of blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know. And so we came to the front door and I'm like, okay, I've got the sheriff's office on the phone. And they're asking questions. Finally, she says, ma'am, can I just talk to him? I'm like, sure. So we handed him the phone and he talked to him. And so the sheriff's office was going to send a tow truck to help them. And right? I know. I mean, poor man, he was scared. I know. And here we are trying to help. Like I said, bumbling idiots. Can't remember. I mean, I was like, I can't even remember. I know I can normally just pipe off the street address to you right off the top of my head. This was late at night. He scared me at the front door. All thought just left my head. I'm like, well, I don't know nothing. So anyway, it all worked out. We didn't go down there, but apparently everything was fine because, good morning, Alice. Good morning. You slept in. Good for you. And I know, poor guy, everyone was laughing. I wasn't laughing that night until we were on the phone and the lady was laughing at us because we're idiots. So I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just trying to help this guy. And so the next day, everything looked fine. There was no, we looked to see if there were like car marks or anything. Everything was fine. Everything turned out fine. And so that's my weird story for the morning. So let's get the answer going. Alice, we're playing a game. It's called Name That Movie. And the first one was You Can't Handle the Truth. And we had a couple correct answers here on the screen. And you were correct. It's A Few Good Men. And the movie was released in 1992. So A Few Good Men. So if you got that, give yourself a little mental point there. And because, I'm not keeping score for you, you're keeping score, okay? Okay, here's another movie trivia quote. You're gonna need a bigger boat. You're gonna need a bigger boat. And so name that movie. And I'm gonna wait until a couple answers maybe pop up and then I'll give you the answer. Yeah, you love that movie, A Few Good Men? I know, I love that movie too. I do, and I love walking around saying that, You can't handle the truth. Naomi's on a roll and so is Nikki. Yes, that movie is Jaws. And nope, Robin, I love you. You know what? Why didn't I do one of those quotes? I don't know. But not this time. Not this time. You're going to need a bigger boat. And but that was a really good guess, Robin. That was a really good guess. Now that I'm remembering, Forrest Gump riding down the river after the hurricane, remember? And he was picking up all kinds of junk, but after the hurricane, then all this shrimp came up, and they could make fried shrimp and coconut shrimp and steamed shrimp and shrimp scampi. And I love that, right? Where he named all the shrimp. This one is from Jaws, 1975. Ready for another one? This is fun. I like this. We'll kind of keep it rolling, okay? This one is a famous movie. I'll Have What She's Having. Doran, don't say these out loud. My hubby likes to pop up and say the names of the movies and everything. I heard him. He was in the other room with the last one with Jaws, and I could hear him go, Jaws. I don't want him to give it away. Babe, stop even whispering. He's whispering. He's such a naughty, naughty boy. He's not a boy. And he's not naughty. Although he's rotten. Yep. Robin, that's smart. Robin says, I've never watched Jaws so that I could go in the ocean. That is smart. That is really smart. You guys are doing good. You're guessing. I'll Have What She's Having. Okay. You guys did some good guesses. I love it. I love it. Keep them coming. Alice, Ding, 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 When Harry Met Sally. And that's from 1989. And that was in a famous, it was the Katz Delicatessen, Katz. Oh, you couldn't even take a bath after Jaws? Oh my gosh. Yes. Right? Yeah, that was crazy. At one time in Universal Studios in Florida, they had a Jaws exhibit and you actually got on the boat and you rode through and then the Jaws tried to eat the boat. It was fun. I loved that one. And I loved that ride and then they got rid of it. I don't know why they did that because that one was good. They had pyrotechnics. The flames came up when, Jaws, it was good. And then you went into this boathouse and you were in there because you were trying to hide from Jaws. And then all of a sudden you felt a bump on the bottom of the boat and another bump. And then he was getting us and we had to ride out. It was fun. It was a good ride. I liked it. They got rid of it. So the I'll Have What She's Having is from When Harry Met Sally, and that was from 1989. Good movie. Okay, this one, I know you're going to get. Okay. Don't whisper it. I'm going to have to put some tape on that man's mouth. He's ready. Okay, this one, ready? I see dead people. I see dead people. Let's see if you can get that. And I'm going to drink some of my coffee. It's still hot. And usually I wait until, it's a little cool. Yep. Yep. You guys got it. You guys got it. Really good. Can you name the characters? Well, can you name the two actors? The boy and the man? Yep. Good. You guys got it. You guys got it. It's The Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense. And can you name the famous actors? If you can, it's okay. That's not part of the game. But I mean, they're pretend points anyway. So that's right, Robin. Bruce Willis, and I think, was his name Haley Joe Osment? Haley Joe Osment? Bruce Willis was the main character. I just love Bruce Willis movies, and I'm so sad about his medical condition right now. He's such a great actor. Such a great actor. Haley Joel Osment. Yeah. I think his last name is Osment, Osmet. Yay! Okay. And that was from 1999. Osteen? No, I don't think it's Osteen. It's Osment. Yep. I'm like 100% sure. Excuse me. Okay, here's another one. And I'm going to just give another warning because this is one of my husband's favorite movies. And you got to be quiet. Okay, Catherine, play. Yeah. This one is You Had Me at Hello. You Had Me at Hello. Toni Collette was the mother. I love Toni Collette as an actress. I do. I like her in Little Miss Sunshine. I loved her in that movie. I love that movie anyway. I don't remember any quotes from that movie, and I don't have any from that movie, but yeah. I love that movie. You think Nikki's right, Osteen? Okay, look it up. Let me know. You Had Me at Hello. Alice, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. That's not the name of the movie, though. That is a good quote from that same movie, but Show Me the Money is the same movie, but it's not the name of the movie. Keep going. You got this. Come on, guys. You got this. You Had Me at Hello. My manicure from my little girls is almost gone. I'm just letting it fall off, Low maintenance. Anybody? You Had Me at Hello? Okay, You Had Me at Hello. This one must be hard. This one is Jerry Maguire and 1996. Did you get it, babe? Yeah. Oh, Robin got it. Jerry Maguire. It was a little slow coming up. Yep. That's it. That's it, Robin. Osment. Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. Haley Joel Osment. Yeah. I was pretty sure I was right. But if I'm wrong, let me know. I'm wrong more times than yes. Yeah. Okie dokie. Here is a famous quote. I know you'll get this. Thanks, Robin. Robin knew it too. Yeah. It's just an unusual name, and when I learned it, I was like, oh, that's an unusual name, and he was a cute kid, so I kept that name in the back of my head with all the other useless trivia that's back there. I got quite a bit, don't I, babe? He's like, do I say yes or no? I don't know. What's the correct answer to that question? I don't know. Okay, here's another one. And This quote is, "As God is my witness, I'll never be hungry again. As God is my witness, I'll never be hungry again." I think this one you had to make it to the end of the movie, and it was a really long movie, and it was from a long time ago, so obviously we probably didn't see it in the movie theaters when it first came out. Nikki, Robin. Yes, you guys are on it. Anybody else? Anybody else gonna guess? Okay, and this is a famous movie from 1939, Gone with the Wind. There we go. And I think that was, yes, I know. You know, a memory that I have from that movie. My Aunt Linda was young, married, and I think she might have had her first baby. Yes, that's right, Alice. That's another good quote from it. And so she was kind of young. We were visiting her, and she had a black and white TV. This was back in the day, a long time ago, when they still had black and white TVs. And she was talking about, you know, how she had watched that movie the other day, whatever day it was. And she said, anytime I see that movie on TV, she loved that movie. So that was one of her favorite movies. And she was watching the movie, and her husband was watching the movie, and she told her husband, "Oh, that is the prettiest green dress she has on." And he's like, "What do you mean green dress? We're watching black and white." And she's like, "Our neighbor is watching it too, and I'm looking at her TV through the window, and she has a color TV, and I see that the dress is pretty in green." It's like, oh, okay. So here she was watching the movie, but every now and then she'd look over and see the color version of the movie through her neighbor's window. Isn't that a funny? I mean, this memory is from probably, I'm going to say like 45 years ago, probably. And why do I hold on to that memory? I don't know. Yeah, that is so Linda, right? That is Linda. That's right, Robin. I know. It's like certain things just, you know, you still remember certain things, right? So she was like admiring the dress and the color and everything through the window. Okay, here's one more. I know, I can too. All right, here's another one. Oh, by the way, I have 12. I have 12 movie quotes, and let's see how many we've done so far. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're halfway there. Halfway there. So how's your day going? It's Friday. It's time to have fun. It's time to relax. It's time to go into the weekend, you know, and have some fun. So let's do this. I hope I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I have 12. All right, here's the next one. I'm going to try to say it kind of like this actor says it, right? Okay, I'm going to do this. Ready? Here's Johnny. Did I look like him? I hope not. Please say no. Here's Johnny. Now, full disclosure, I never saw that movie all the way through. This movie was like, I need to see it just so I can say I've seen it. But back in the day, like really scary movies and everything, I never watched. That's right, Alice. Alice, ding, ding, ding. And so, yeah. Here's Johnny. And, oh, yeah, see, I never saw the movie. I saw clips of it. And so I do remember this, you know, this clip. And I've seen pictures where he's like sticking his face through the door, you know, and where he's trying to like bash the door down and everything. But I never saw it because it was too scary. I need to see it so that I can say I've seen it. Like, you know, maybe watch it on DVD or something like that. Because I'm old school, right? Or maybe YouTube has it on there. I don't know. We'll see. Have you ever seen The Shining, babe, all the way through? Yeah, he has. He's seen it. Oh, you were stuck. Hey, listen, you have a good memory, Robin. I'm the one that can't remember where the cabin is. And I'm like, I have no idea where we are. And she's like, you dumb idiots. She didn't call us that, but you might as well have. And so The Shining, that was The Shining. And it's from 1980. Yeah. And, oh, this is fun. Okay. So this movie is a very famous movie. And I know you're going to know this one. And it's really old. Are you ready? I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too. Yeah, that was my best impression of this woman. So, I hear voices. So sound travels over the hills here. And so you could be hearing like music from like a cabin way up there. And thanks, Nikki. Nikki says, good impression. I'm good at, I'm good at a witch. Very good. Everybody got that one. The Wizard of Oz. And that movie was from 1939 as well. Alice says, that was me before coffee. Alice, you don't sound like that. But I'll make sure that I give you coffee before I talk to you in the morning. Or make sure you've already had it, right? Catherine, go get tea and we'll chit chat and then we'll do the next one after we chit chat just a little bit. Okay, so I told you the story about the late night knock, bang at the door. That was interesting. It got our hearts beating and pounding. It took all the brain cells out and like flushed them down the toilet because we couldn't remember anything after that. But thankfully everything turned out okay. And so that was good. The concrete on our front porch and our back porch is poured. When it was fresh poured, it looked like shiny glass. Just like the foundation that, when that got poured, it was like shiny glass. So this company is really good. And the concrete is like poured right up to the level of the bricks that were going around to border it. So it's so smooth looking. It's really, really a good job. Good job. And so I'm really pleased with that. The house is coming along really well. Things are just starting to go boom, 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 and getting put together. So hopefully soon I'll be able to give you a full tour. I can't wait for the floor to get finished. The reason the floor is not finished is because we have appliances in the living room, so we can't go over to the living room and finish the flooring until he can move the appliances over, but he can't move the appliances over until we get those, he can move some of them over, but the cabinet next to, the cabinet for the double oven, it came in wrong. It came in as a single oven instead of a double oven cabinet. So they are remaking that and sending it to us. And when that one comes in, then they'll just take the old one and swap it. And then one of the cabinets on the sink side, one of the wall cabinets came in. And when you open the door, right there where they put the hinge, when they put the hinge in, it did like a foot-long crack right in the side of the cabinet, so like right in the main part. So that one is going to have to be swapped out with a new one. And so we're just waiting on that so that they can do that swap. But he's also starting the baseboard and the door jambs and then the interior doors and all of that stuff. So that's good, and it's going to start going. Hey, Tammy. It's good to see you. Good to see you. And good morning. And so, that's exciting. Exciting news. So we're glad about that. So maybe Catherine is back. If not, she can catch this because we will. Okay, so this one is more recent than 1939. Oh, thank you. It's exciting for you to be here. I always love it when people say good morning to me, and especially if it's a newer name. Thank you, Alice. Give me a thumbs up. I always appreciate those thumbs up. They help get my channel out there, and so that is something that I would love. Okay, here's a quote. Are you ready? I'm going to try to say it just like this actor said it. I feel the need for speed. And that movie. Oh, good, Temmie. That's awesome. I like that name. The movie quote is, I feel the need for speed. Do you know what movie that's from? If you do, type it in. Let us know or type it in. Got some guesses coming in. Keep going. Woo woo. Yay. Yay. Got some good guesses coming in. All of them are correct. Ding, 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 ding. That is Top Gun. And this quote, I don't know. I didn't see this, the newest one. Did they say it in this one too? I don't know. Yes, yes, yes. Top Gun. And this is from 1986 because the first movie has been around a long time. I feel the need for speed. Yeah. Top Gun. Good movie. I've heard that the was it a remake or is it a sequel? I think it's a sequel. I heard that it was good. I didn't see it. I don't go to the movies anymore. I watch them on TV. The last time I went to a movie theater, honest, oh, my husband's laughing at me. He's like, you'll never go to a movie theater again, will you? I'm like, probably not. The last time I went to the movie theater was February of 2020. It was February 28th of 2020. And I can tell you that for sure because, no, it was January. It was the last day of January. It was like into the first day of February. Isn't that right? Okay, so it was either the 1st of February or the 1st of March, but I'm pretty sure it was February because it was the month before SHTF. And so anyway, we went to the theater, and yes, it was right before it. And I'm pretty sure it was February that I got sick. And so we went to the theater with my sweet sister-in-law and brother-in-law, Tim, and we were almost the only people in the theater. They had the touch button kiosk thing. It was really, really a nice theater. They had like recliners that like put your feet up. It was so awesome, right? And then that was a Friday night. Saturday, I was okay, just kind of like, what's happening? And then Sunday, or maybe it was, anyway, Sunday, we went to Cracker Barrel, and I wasn't feeling really up to it, so I got the lightest breakfast I've ever had. I just was feeling a little off, but I didn't know what was happening, you know? And so I just had like the lightest breakfast I've ever had. I had some, yes. Ah. Wow, good. Temmie says the last time she went to the movie theater was 1991, Sleeping with the Enemy, and then she didn't go to the movie theater until 2023. And so we pulled out, we were going to go over to Sam's Club and shop because it was right next to it. And I didn't even get pulled out of the driveway of Cracker Barrel. And I was sick. I was so sick. And here's a funny story. My my husband had broken the handle on the inside door, so I couldn't open my side of the door on the inside. I had to open it either from the outside or have somebody open it for me. And I was getting sick and I couldn't tell them, open my door, open my door. I rolled down the window and I'm trying to like get sick out the window, but it's just going everywhere. It's just not pleasant. And I'm like, I can't open my door. So then he comes around and opens the door and I'm like, got the door open and I'm getting sick in the parking lot at the stop sign waiting to go out. And there were people all around going, I can't get by you because your door is open. And I was so sick. I didn't even care. Didn't know what it was. And turns out, you know what it was. I got it before it was officially here, a month before it was officially here, and didn't know. And before the lockdowns, before the mask mandates, before all those fun things. And if I had known that, it would have made life a whole lot easier because I was sick. I ended up having to go to the emergency room, and they were like, they tested me for several different things. They're like, you want to test for, the C word. And the other nurse said, well, we don't have the tests yet. We don't have the test kits yet. And she's like, and besides that, we'd have to send it off. So we wouldn't even know. Because at that time, they didn't have the immediate testing availability like we do now, where you can, test at home and get an immediate answer. They had to send it off to the lab. And so, I went home and it was crazy. So that was the last time I went to the movie theater. I was sick as a dog. And my husband's like, you're never going back to the movie theater, are you? I'm like, not if I can help it. So that was a long story. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, you went in St. John. Do you say St. John or do you say St. John? Just asking, because I know that that in some languages it's St. John, but yeah, it's St. John. So anyway, just curious. You went to see Barbie. Nice, Catherine. Welcome back, Catherine. It does seem surreal now, doesn't it, Alice? The whole thing. Yeah. Okay. So next one is, why do I feel the need to say them just like the actors said them? I don't know. All right. Oh, Alice, I'm so sorry. My apologies. Alice says, nothing like a good puke story, and her eyes are rolling. I'm so sorry. That was too much information. St. John, New Brunswick. Okay. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, no more of that, okay? No more of that. But I was really, really upset that I couldn't get my door open in time. Okay, ready? I'm king of the world. I'm king of the world. What do you think that's from? I'm king of the world. I don't know why I have to say it like that. St. John's. Now, see, is it Newfoundland or Newfoundland? I think it's Newfoundland, right? See? And you know what? There is, okay, so in Scotland, there's Edinburgh or Edinburgh. I don't know how to say it now. Let's see. There's room on that door. I know, right, Nikki? That's what happened. Oh my gosh. And I'm short, and I was like, yeah, like I said, let's stop that. Thanks, Alice. You should have stopped me sooner than that, Alice. Edinburgh, yeah. Newfoundland. Okay, Newfoundland. So it's not Newfoundland, it's Newfoundland. See, there you go. Ah, Naomi, yes, ding, ding, ding. I love learning how to pronounce towns and places the way the locals pronounce it, you know? And it's not always the way you see it. It's not. So I do. I like to say things the way the locals would say it. So I'm king of the world. Yes, I think we only got one right answer. I'm sorry if I like freaked you out with my story. Alice got it. Naomi got it. Titanic. Newfoundland. Okay, so you say Newfoundland, Catherine, and Alice says Newfoundland. Newfoundland. Okay, sorry. See? Thank you. Newfoundland. I need to practice that. So that one was Titanic. Catherine got it first. Woo woo! Good for you. I didn't see that one. I was like still going over Newfoundland. Newfoundland. Oh my gosh. Such a dork. We have two left. And these two are two of my favorites. And actually, there's another quote from this last one that I like to say, but I don't think anybody else really remembers that quote. It's not really a famous quote. It's just one that I really, really liked. You got one. Yay, Catherine. Okay, here's one. I know you're going to get this one. Okay, so, and did I say Titanic? It was from 1997. Okay, so we have two more left. Hang in there. Two more left. Here's number 11. Nobody puts baby in a corner. And I don't know if I'm saying that with right emphasis or not. It's been a while since I've seen this movie. Nobody puts baby in a corner. And then. Yes, and I love the actors in this movie. Loved them. Yay! Whoop, 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 whoop. You guys are getting it. Yeah, Dirty Dancing. Whoop, whoop. Thank you. And that movie is from 1987. Such a good movie. Yeah, can you name the two main characters? The guy and the gal? Can you name them? Of course, it's just extra points, extra brownie points on your pretend scoreboard, if you can name them. And fun fact, the dad in that movie was the grandfather in Gilmore Girls. Yeah. No, not the dad. The mom in that movie was the grandma in Gilmore Girls. Johnny and Baby, a.k.a. Frances. Good job, Temmie. Good job. All right, so here's the last one. And I'm going to give you a bonus quote. Oh, Alice says, I must have a delay. Nikki answered before you asked the question. Maybe Nikki is psychic. Oh, I need to slow down a little bit then with my giving away the answer, because what if you do have a little bit of a delay? I don't know how that will work. Anyway, here's the last one. So the official quote is, ready? I've got the ESPN. I wish I had ESPN. I need ESPN. You know why? Because I need college football really bad, and it's getting ready to start. Oh my goodness. Okay, are you ready? I got to do it. I got to back up just a little bit to do it. Okay, you ready? Snap out of it. I got to do it one more time, okay? Like, inside, I'm like an Oscar-winning actress. inside, in my mind. Obviously, outside, I am nowhere near. But like in my mind, I'm the greatest actress ever. Oh, Jessica, well, bless your heart. She says half these movies I wasn't alive for. Well, I definitely wasn't alive for the 1939 movies. But I saw them on reruns. Okay, here we go. Ready? Snap out of it. Okay, do you know what the movie was? I'm going to go slow. So I'm not going to say the movie for a few minutes and let it mull over. Okay, so the guy in the movie, right? This cracked me up when he was saying it, and he was so overly dramatic when he was saying it, and it cracked me up. And it really wasn't a funny thing, but this is the guy, right? And he's holding up his arm, and he's going, my hand, my hand. I lost my hand. And see, that wasn't funny, but I found it incredibly funny. Anyway, he lost his hand in something to do with some kind of baking thing. I don't know whether it was, I can't remember how he lost it, but he was a baker. He was a bread baker, okay? And he was going, my hand, as he was telling the story of losing his hand. Or something like that. Anyway. And I don't know why, but I just found that so funny. So the real quote is, snap out of it. And I absolutely love this movie. I don't know why. It is just, it's quirky, it's funny, it's weird. Anyway. It's hilarious just the way you said it. Do you remember the movie? There we go. We got some answers. Some answers are coming in. I'll give you another minute. Not minute, but give you a little bit more time. And I had to do the movement too, because that is the slap that it makes the quote, right? I mean, if the person had just said, snap out of it, that wouldn't have done it, right? But it was like, snap out of it. Are we ready for the answer? Oh, you never saw it. Okay. It's a good movie. It's a classic. Yes. Yes, Alice. Alice says, do you sing as well as you act? I do. In my mind. In my mind, I'm like an opera singer. I'm a rock singer. I'm a country singer. I'm a folk singer. Hey, Purple Crochet and more, Drini. Good morning. Good morning. Jessica says, of course. Of course she is. I'm a legend in my own mind. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the answer is, lots of good answers coming up, but the answer is Moonstruck with Cher and, oh gosh, what was his name? The one that went, my hand, my hand. I can't get over it. Nicolas Cage. And he is so something else, let me tell you, so something else. And but that movie is from 1987. And you know, the whole movie just has like this special, I don't know how to describe it. It just has something special about the whole movie. I really liked that movie. Like the dad, and the mom, well, the dad, you know, he's like looking out the window and the moon is really close. And he tells a story about how the moon came really close to him. And it has a really good vibe. Thank you, Temmie. Thank you. It has a really good vibe to it. And, you know, here is, you know, Cher's character, and she's got gray hair at first and everything. She goes to the salon, gets all dolled up, and, you know, anyway, it's just the whole thing, I don't know why, I just really enjoyed that movie. But anyway, and then they sang, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. What is it? That's Amore, yeah. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's been fun, guys. We didn't talk really about crochet much, did we? But we had fun on a Friday together. Yep. I wrote out all of my movie trivia. The late 80s movies were on their own vibe. Yes, they were. Definitely. That whole 80s thing, and a lot of the movies that, were really popular back in the day. What? Did I skip over 11? No, I didn't. Dirty Dancing. Did I not tell you the name of number 11? Number 11 was Dirty Dancing. Hubby said I skipped over it. I didn't say it out loud. So that one was Dirty Dancing. And I think that there were several people that got the right answer, but maybe I didn't say it. Okay. You see it in the chat? Okay. So number 11 was Dirty Dancing, and that one was a movie from 1987. So Moonstruck and Dirty Dancing were both from 1987. Yeah. The 80s had a special vibe on it. Yes. Oh, did I have a bonus one? No, that's 12. I was counting the number 12 as a bonus one. The bonus one was Snap Out of It, and then also from that movie was My Hand, My Hand. That was the bonus quote in that movie. So sorry about that, if that wasn't clear, because I can't talk about Moonstruck without yelling out, my hand! Even it doesn't even matter if we're not talking about quotes or anything, but if anybody starts talking about that movie, I have to do that, because, I'm that weird. That's why. So I hope that you guys had, and main character names from Dirty Dancing. That's right. Who were the main character names from Dirty Dancing? I count as well as I act. Alice. Zing, zing, zing. Oh, that is funny. Johnny and Baby, aka Francis, yes. But what about the actors who played those characters? What were their names? So the famous actor who played Johnny sadly passed away from pancreatic cancer. What was his name? Patrick Swayze. Yes, Patrick Swayze. Very good. Do we remember the woman's name who played Baby? Mm-hmm. Do we remember? I can say it, but I want to know if you guys remember it. Patrick Swayze. Yep. Jennifer Grey. Very good. Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey. And I loved Jennifer Grey in that movie. And fun fact, right after that, she had a deviated septum. And so she had like her nose fixed so that she could breathe better and everything. But it straightened out her nose, and then she lost her characterization, she lost the Jennifer Greyness of herself, and she had a hard time getting new acting jobs because she didn't look like Jennifer Grey from Dirty Dancing, which, she probably got the money and she was like, oh, I'm going to finally fix my nose. It probably bugged her whole life, but that was her in that movie. That was what made her have character. And so after she got her nose fixed, for whatever reason, she says it's because she had deviated septum, and I believe her, because she did have that little crook going on. But without that little crook in her nose, she just looked like any other actress out there. And so she lost out on a lot of jobs, a lot of acting jobs because of it. So anyway, that was just an interesting fact. And, but anyway, fun times. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I hope that you have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And I will see you next time. As you know, things are in flux right now as we're like moving and doing all kinds of things and whatnot. So hang in there with me. And hey, if you want to see some updates on the house, head on over to Cedarcroft, which is my other channel, Cedarcroft Homestead. And there should be a link below for that YouTube channel. Check out the videos. Give me a like and also maybe subscribe. I think I'm at 66 subscribers. I'm just a little baby over there. And so anyway, if you could subscribe, that would really make me happy. If I could get to the 100 mark, that would really make me happy. So stay safe, be kind, and get hooking. Much love, everybody, and have a great weekend.